As you can see with my patient, she has a skewed bridge because when viewed from the front, a skewed bridge will cause one lens to appear higher than the other. As you can see, this lens is higher than this lens. In order to fix this misalignment, we have to pull one lens higher and the other lens lower. So as you can see, this is a higher one. We have to pull this one down and then this one up. Let me demonstrate. Since it's a metal frame, it's more pliable than a plastic. If it was a plastic frame, we would have to heat it up. Right here, you can see that we have rotated lens misalignment. You can tell right here that it's a rotated lens because the eye wire is humped up here, and the lens is not in the same place as where the bridge would be. As you can see here on the patient, this eye wire right here is curved up compared to this one, and as you can see, the end corner here of the lens should be here based on the bridge. So how we're going to fix this is we're going to use our lens pliers. We're going to stick the lens pliers on the lens, and since it's placed down here, we're going to pull it up. And that's how we fix it. This misalignment is a coplanar. As you can see, one lens is farther from the other. As you can see on my patient, one lens is up and the other one's farther in and the other one is farther out. So in order to fix this misalignment, we're going to push this one inward and this one a little bit outward. So that way they can be on the same parallel, the lenses. So as you can see now, there's no coplanar when you look at it from above. This next misalignment is called an Xing, or as you can view it from the side, it forms an X. Also, there's going to be some temporal parallelism because of the Xing. So as you can see with my patient, with the frame that has Xing, one nose pad is on the by the crest of the nose, and the other one is by the inner corner of the nose. As you can also see, on the front of the eye wire, one is inward and the other one is backward, and there's also some evident temporal parallelism. So in order to fix this, we're going to tilt this lens down and this one upward. And now you can see there's no temporal parallelism. They sit flat on the table. As you can see, this is a face form problem. There's too much face form, and it's evident because the two nasal eye wires are a great distance from the ruler. And as you can see, the temples are too inward with each other. As you can see in this frame, we have too much of a face form. It's too wrapped around her face.
3, 2, 1.
So since there's so much face form, what we're gonna go ahead and is try to give it more of a negative face form. So I'm just gonna go ahead and expand it by the bridge so I can open up the legs a little. And that way the temples aren't inward, now they're outward. So you can see this misalignment is temple parallelism. When viewed at the side, notice that this one is higher than this one. We need to make sure that this temple is at the equal level as this other one. So as you can tell with temple parallelism, one temple is leveled off and the other one is lower. So when viewed from the front, you can tell that they're kind of crooked. This lens is higher and this lens is lower. So in order to fix the temple parallelism, we're going to use our side angling pliers. And we're going to push down on the side that is, the temple is higher. So if this temple is higher, we're going to put the angling plier on the hole in the indentation here with a screw. And we're going to pull this down. And then as you can see, viewed from the side, that we fix the temple parallelism. Now with this misalignment, as you can tell, there's too much of a temple bend. Right here, it's not spread at 45 degrees. It looks like more of a 90-degree angle. As you can see, with too much of a temple bend, her frame doesn't sit right on her face. As well as when you go here, when you look at her ears, since it's at a 90-degree angle, it's not curving right behind her ear where the bend should be. Instead, it's not even on her ear. As you can tell now, I put my patient in pantoscopic tilt, and you can notice how the frame is facing outward from her face, from her cheeks, and you can also see the tilt from the side. This is the view from the front. I'm going to show you from the side again. You can see we have the opposite of pantoscopic, we have retroscopic. Now the frame are much more closer to her cheeks. You can also tell by when I push the temples down to give her the retroscopic tilt. Here we have too much of a temple fold, because when you close it, when the patient closes her glasses, this temple is higher than this one instead of them being equivocal to each other. As soon as you can see here, when I put her with the temple fold misalignment, you can tell that one, it's kind of crooked. This lens sit higher than this one down here. Also, the leg is also tilted compared to this one here. So in order to fix this leg, we're going to use our angling pliers. With the indentation or the hole here, it's going to go over the screw, and we're going to pull this down slowly. Apply some force. Okay, so as you can tell, we still have to lower this. So we're going to do the same thing. You always want to make sure that you fix the misalignment while having the temple closed, the frame closed here, so you don't break the frame. Okay, and now as you can tell, we fixed our misalignment. So what we have here is a vertical angle nose pad, and this angle is often neglected in the standard alignment. This angle is very important, so that way we can ensure the weight distribution, and also we can add vertex distance to the patient. So if we're moving the nose guards inward, you'll decrease the vertex, but if we're pushing it outward, like in this case, we're going to increase the vertex for the patient. It's also going to distribute equal amount of weight on the patient on the nose. Why would you want to increase the vertex distance? Maybe because the eyelashes brush against the back surface of the lens, or the frame is resting against the brows, or the eye wire can be touching the cheeks. As you can see, we increased the vertex distance by pushing the nose guards further. This would help her have a more of a wide range area, increasing her vision. Alright, wait. As you can see with this vertical alignment of the nose pads, we push the nose guards further away from her face. So that way the frame isn't touching her eyebrows, or her eyelashes would be touching the lenses. As you can see with this vertical misalignment, I put the nose guards closer. So this would provide her with more of a wider field of vision, and also any cosmetic reasons as to why she would want the frame closer to her face. Here we have a splay angle nose pad. So remembering that the nose is wider at the base than the bridge, and that the face of the pad should rest fully on the nose, as you should see here. This difference is between the back and the front edges of each pad, and it's viewed from the top or from the bottom. This right here is a frontal angle viewed from the front. It refers to the vertical position of the pads in relation to each other when we're viewing it from the front. As you can see, that the top of the pads are closer together than the bottom, and they're angling each other approximately 20 degrees from a true vertical.